One thing I would never wish on any relationship is a meddling family member, let alone a meddling family. On today's case, Ms. Atwell says that from the moment she started dating Mr. Little, his family has been out to destroy their relationship. Whether it's starting fights with her parents or spreading false rumors about her fidelity, she says Mr. Little's family is making it impossible for her to deal with the real issues. She's here in my courtroom today to give him a choice: get it together or get out. Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Atwell versus Littles.
Thank you very much, Miss Atwell and Mr. Littles. Ms. Atwell, you say the animosity you have for your fiancé grows by the day. You say he's selfish, unsupportive, and you're ready to call off the engagement and end this relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Littles, you say outside influences have contributed to your issues, but you feel better communication is needed to make it to the altar.
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's see what we are talking about. Miss Atwell, you and Mr. Littles have been together now for 7 years. You do live together. You were engaged way back in 2017, and you all have even started building a family together. Why are we in court today? Why are you not married yet? What is going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not happy. Like, I'm just here to just end this engagement. Like, his family is very toxic, and I'm just, with his money, like, he's very stingy with his money. I'm not getting nowhere. Like, we've been together for 7 years, but I thought it would be a progress in there, but it's not going nowhere. It's still the same, like, we're still 21 years old.
So, Mr. Littles, Ms. Atwell basically saying y'all are just spinning your wheels. This relationship is not going anywhere. So, sir, what y'all doing?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here today to save my family. I just feel like we need a little professional help. I want to prove that this relationship can work, you know, and I hate seeing my family struggle like this. She know that I love her a lot, and it just hurts me. I want to make things better.
Why don't you take me back to when you first met, when there were happier times, and what got us to this point, ma'am?
Right, so we, met each other at 13 years old. You know, our family were neighbors or whatever, but we actually got close when I was 17. I ended up getting pregnant, not by him, but he was, there for me. Like, I was, in a bad stage when I was pregnant. I was sad, I was just going through a lot, but he was there for me. But things, got better when we got about 21 years old. We started, being intimate with each other.
So you all were not boyfriend and girlfriend
not at first.
When you were dealing with the aftermath of a unplanned pregnancy with somebody else? Yes,
we weren't together. Like,
okay.
We were close friends. He was a close friend, someone to talk to. Like,
okay.
He was one of my best friends. But I was 21. We got pregnant with my first baby. We was happy, actually. When I found out I was pregnant, it was New Year's. He actually proposed to me like 3 days afterward. We was, really happy, but things got really worse when my second child came along. I was about 8 months pregnant, and we argued a lot. Like, he stayed going out all the time. He was staying maybe 3-4 days out the week he'll be out. I guess he was mentally frustrated with having me and my little baby and our son and me being pregnant again, but...
At the time, I was dealing with a whole bunch of hormones, and I needed time for myself to get my mind right.
But at that time, I was letting him know that I needed him at that time. Like, I understand where you're coming from, but I needed you. Like, it was very hard for me at a young age. Like, it was very hard. And I know, we put ourselves in that situation, but we here.
You said things changed around New Year's.
That was with my first son, yes, when I got pregnant with my first son.
Okay, and then things changed around the pregnancy of the second child because there was some family involvement. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, I was getting frustrated to the point I was venting to my mom.
So you were telling your mother what the problems were?
Yes, I was telling my mom what the problem was, because I couldn't talk to him. Like, he was always out. Like, I told him I need him. Every time I told him, oh, I'm just gonna step out for a while. So to the point, like, what, I'm just gonna speak to my mom. Like, I don't have nobody to speak to. It's just me.
The type of advice her mother give her is go find another man. You deserve better and stuff like that. So I
just couldn't talk. Like I said, I couldn't speak to him no more.
I know, but Ms. Atwell, let me tell you the deal. I'm gonna tell you now. You can't vent every frustration with your relationship to your family member. Listen to me. You cannot vent every frustration in your relationship to your family member. Because if you get over whatever that frustration is or whatever it is that was ticking you off, you back lovey-dovey. You all curled up in the bed watching movies at night. Your family members still ticked off. They mad because they know how hurt you were. They know how much yelling went on. They want to punch them in the face. But listen to me.
Okay.
If you're going to be grown in a mature relationship, you need to manage what you say to certain people. Gotcha. And venting is not good and healthy for your relationship. Wanting somebody to talk to makes good sense, but not venting on what kind of piece of you-know-what your boyfriend is to your family member is not going to get them to respect him. That's just not going to work because they're going to believe that he's a piece of you-know-what because that's what you've said.
Right. But it's just, I understand that, Yana. It's maybe because I'm just frustrated and I just, like I say, it just blew more on top of that. I have more tea on top of that. Like, his family member had a talk with him and was letting him know, like, hey, I don't think, the baby might be yours. The second baby might be yours.
What in the world?
Because he don't look like you. He don't look like you. He looks like mom.
I even, went to the point of, posting a picture of me and the baby on the internet, and the picture, it went
and that
viral.
Really,
no,
that really hurt
The
my
picture went
feelings.
viral. It was so many people saying that the baby
and
didn't look like me, so.
You took a poll on whether or not your woman is a hoe. That's what you did. So had you given him any reason to suspect that you were cheating?
I didn't give him no reason. He claimed his friends and family members were saying something, and then I goes on Facebook.
Wait a minute, before
Being that this was our second child,
yes.
The first child, my skin color came out looking exactly like me. And then the second child, it wasn't my skin color. So, I had a lot of people.
Lord, you sound like the British family up here wondering what color the baby gonna be. Are you serious?
I had a lot of people in my corner, with a lot of doubts. They was telling me, oh,
do they sleep with her?
No, they don't.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me, I'm talking. No. Do they sleep with her? You don't say anything. Do they live in the house with her?
No.
Was she the kind of girl that's stepping out? Was she at the club? Was she shaking a tail feather with Lottie Dottie and everybody? Why would you let people get in your ear about your woman? Why would you do that?
It just was a lot of things. I even, went to the point of, posting a picture of me and the baby on the internet, and the picture, it went viral.
Really,
no,
it really hurt.
The picture went viral. It was so many people saying that the baby didn't look like me. So, I had a lot of doubts on mine.
And I'm like, you're a coward for that. You even posted this on Facebook, and I had to clear the air because I'm embarrassed.
That's terrible.
My feelings is
it was
hurt. I'm embarrassed.
It was 300 likes and comments.
Who cares about that? I'm sorry.
It was very reasonable doubt.
Very embarrassing. And he had.
I'm sorry. You took a poll on whether or not your woman is a hoe. That's what you did. I don't care how you dress it up. You can put a picture of anybody on there. Does the baby look like me? That's what the actual question was you were asking. You tried to humiliate this young lady.
That wasn't my intentions, Your Honor.
Well, that's what you did, okay? That's what you did. Does the baby look like me? You literally called the mother of your child a whore. Because that's what it is. Stand in your space, sir. That's what you did.
So I had to go get a DNA test to prove to everybody, which I should not have.
You had to get a
because his family, everybody was just nobody even wanted to be around a child. They needed proof first. So I had to prove to everybody that he was the father.
But the second child,
I got nothing for that.
He doesn't look like me.
So you thought it would be okay to humiliate the woman that you're engaged to?
I really did it for clarification,
No, you did it for clout. Honestly.
I still posted my son on the internet.
First of all,
he think because he posts them now that he's just you still don't get a pass for it.
Mr. Little, let me hurt your feelings. 300 likes. Dude, I got more pair of shoes than you got likes on that picture. Don't hurt. Don't please. Don't stand there.
And not only that, Your Honor, I don't know, like, we've been going through a lot, like, with him being stingy with his money. Like, he's very stingy. Like, I can't even ask the man for $20. Like, he's gonna give me a hard time for $20. Not only that, like, we just moved out of our old place, and we had to move immediately. So I'm like, hey, like, we need $1,200, like, we have to leave. Like, you know, oh, well, you not making enough money at your job, or maybe you need to get another job. They not paying you enough when you know I'm part-time. I say, you know what? I'm just getting the money from my mom because you're just selfish. So I go to his phone, I go to his bank account. I can, you know, get in his bank. And when I went inside his bank account, he had over $5,000 there. Remind you, I just borrowed $1,200 from my mom.
So the two of you could move your family to another location.
Move, but he tells me, oh, you don't know how to save money. You knew what you was supposed to be saving. You knew we had to move.
Yes, Your Honor.
And da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's just...
Mr. Little?
Selfish.
Yes, Your Honor, because she is very bad with saving money. Like, I felt like I was doing everything by myself if I would have just gave the whole $1,200. You know, I let her know, like, we got to work towards this. It's
Mr. Little, so I'm sorry. Help me to understand now. Did you agree that you all did have to move fairly quickly?
Yes, Your Honor.
So there was some facts or circumstances where if you didn't move, you'd be homeless, fair?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That right there tells me whatever you have to do, you need to do it so that your family is not homeless. So if you want to make an example, that's probably not the time to do it. Why does your family disapprove of Ms. Atwell?
Every time they get into something, he always has to come and tell me everything what she does. She flatten his tires, throw his clothes, bleach his clothes. Like, it's just ridiculous.
That's a very toxic and unhealthy environment. If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
Well, Your Honor, she's no saint herself. She also has anger problems to where she done flushed her engagement ring down the toilet.
Oh, dear
yes,
Lord.
it's to the point that I'm frustrated. We done had plenty talks. We done had,
But
like,
why would you flush
I understand that. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm just done. Like, I'm fed up. I'm done with the relationship. At that point, I didn't still to this day, like, I don't care about that ring. Like, I was done. I'm frustrated with everything.
But Miss Atwell, it doesn't matter if you care about the ring, but he gave it to you. That says to him that you don't care about him. That's what I'm saying. You know what you can do? You can pack your pictures and your plants and your children and you can leave if that's not the relationship that you want. You can do that at 26 years old, or you can put in the work to try to figure out if there's something here.
Well, Your Honor, like I said, she's no saint. I brought my sister here today.
Let's ask Ms. Harris to join us. Thank you, Robert.
Sure.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Would you please introduce yourself for the record?
I'm Condra Harris.
And you are the defendant's sister, am I correct?
Correct.
Okay, Ms. Harris. Ooh, Lord, I've been hearing all about this family dynamic. Why does your family disapprove of Ms. Atwell? I mean, are there specific instances of why they don't like her?
I feel like it's a very toxic relationship right now. I feel like...
Why don't they like her? What has happened?
When she kicked him out, I had to go to my... He had to come to my house all the time, every time.
Whenever
He's
they
always
have...
at your house,
Just one second, Ms. Atwell. Whenever they have difficulty?
Yes, my brother always called me every time they have a situation going on. I really don't like that. I really don't. Every time they get into something, he always has to come and tell me everything what she does. She flatten his tires, throw his clothes, bleach his clothes. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, she bleaches
I mean,
clothes,
yeah, the further we
Xbox.
get into this relationship, the angrier I am getting.
Just 1 minute, Ms. Harris. Ms. Atwell, flattening tires and bleaching clothes and throwing him out,
Right.
That's a very toxic and unhealthy environment.
It really is, and I've been trying to work on myself about the situation, but I can't work on myself if I'm not happy with this man. Like,
So why are you there? I'm sorry, Ms. Harris, thank you so very much for joining us. We appreciate it. Why are you there?
I mean, our kids love each other. Like, it's hard to, like, separate like that. No, I don't want to be with him. I do want to work on something for us to get our own home, but right now it's kind of hard.
But you know what you're doing? You have 3 children, Miss Atwell. You have a 9-year-old daughter, a 6-year-old son, and how old is the baby?
He's 3.
Okay. You're teaching your 9-year-old daughter that this is the way a woman allows herself to be treated. You know that, right?
I mean, surprisingly, to be honest, like 90% of the times we are going through it, the kids aren't there.
You think that they don't sense the unhappiness that you're showing? Because you see what you do right now. You barely let him finish a sentence because you're so angry. You're just mad at everything. You're mad at how you've been treated. You're mad at how he doesn't defend you. You're angry, and it manifests itself in a way that you think your children aren't seeing it.
Well, I really don't know. I try to be happy around the kids. I try to be.
I'm not suggesting that you have to be. I'm just suggesting that you can be.
Right.
That's my point. There is a way for you to be happy around your children. Is to be self-contained and to have your own thing going on.
But he know I don't have Mr. Littles know I don't have any family. Only person I have is my mom. So me keep saying I could go back to my mom. I only have my mom. So I just expected a lot more. I have myself as well.
Miss Atwell, you just dropped your head when you said that. It's interesting, if someone said that to me, I'd bring my head up. You dropped your head.
Right.
You know what that dynamic says to me? That you don't feel like you have yourself. In every relationship, the 2 people have to, 1, have independent goals, and 2, have collective goals. What's your independent goal? What do you want?
I mean, like I say, our kids love this. I mean...
That don't have nothing to do with you. I asked you a question about what you want.
I mean, I don't, right now, I don't want to be together. Like I say, we've been through a lot, but... I mean, if we could, you know, get some help or something, because obviously we don't have nobody, like, to really, like, have our back like that. We just always
Would you be willing to sit with a counselor who could help you learn to communicate with your man?
Yes, I would.
Mr. Little, would you be willing to sit with a counselor?
Yes, Your Honor. I just feel like we need to let all the grudges go and, like, really sit down and communicate with each other.
I just have a lot of trauma right now. Like,
I hear you have a lot of trauma, but you can't even let him state that he's willing to work on it without interrupting him. Did you see what you just did?
Because I heard it so many times, Your Honor.
But I asked you a question on whether or not you're ready to work with a counselor. I asked you that question for a reason. That means, you're still talking.
Sorry.
You're still talking. If you don't want the help, that's fine. The man said that he's willing to go into counseling to learn how to better communicate so that you all can build this relationship. That's what he said. Are you willing to do the same thing?
I'm willing to do the same thing. Yes, Your Honor.
Then you both have to be willing to listen as much as talk. Sometimes be comfortable with the silence of your own mind so that you can actually hear what other people are saying. That's how you start to rebuild a relationship. I will do court-ordered counseling for you, but you need counseling to learn how to be better people so that you can be good girlfriend and boyfriend. Until then, I wouldn't recommend that you get married. You're not ready to be married. Not at all.
We could just figure out how to communicate with each other.
Right, and you gotta stop, like, you know, I don't mind communicating with each other and I don't mind talking, but you gotta get better at a lot of things that you're doing, especially with this overnights and this creeping. That gotta end.
Well, we gotta leave our families out of this, because that's the wrong direction to go.
My goodness, that was exhausting.
The only thing I can say is, are you sure you want to have a counselor speak to them? Because she's going to quit.
The counselor's gonna quit.
Yes.
Because she needs to stop talking and listen for just a minute.
Right.
Ooh, she's exhausted.
Made in Georgia.